I wasn't expecting company, but if you stay out of the shrubs and flower beds, you could stay.
Give him a wave, Pops, now that you've invited him in. We're two old guys who enjoy playing Sandbox and survival games together. I'm Uncle Craig. Go ahead and sit down. Let's visit for a while.
All right, so I think I know where we're going to head with this. I put down a wood chopping block back here because I'm going to want, I think it's wooden beams I'm going to want. This is the type of wood we're going to use here. These nicer pieces, wooden beams, wooden pillars instead of the log. That's going to take wooden pegs and fine wood beams. And I have everything in my inventory for crafting those fine wood beams. Let's go ahead and make, well, let's get some of this wood out of my inventory. I'll show you why. I'd rather make things in batches, and in this particular game, you don't have the ability to say how many you want to make. You either say, make as many as I possibly can, or make one. Hopefully they'll change that. That's where my rocks are, my nice rock. There, well, let's put some of the wood in here. We'll get down to one. Yeah, that's all right. Let's go with that. Come over here, and we're going to make fine wood beams. We'll make as many as we can. 9 batches of 5, be 45 beams in here. I'm going to confirm that it's wooden pegs that wooden pegs I need. Yeah, wooden pegs. So we'll make a bunch of these. If we do make 11 batches, we probably don't have to make wooden pegs for a long time. So now that we have the pegs and beams, let's at least get this under here to be props for the stairs. And we'll put one here, put one here. Does the deck go out that far? Well, it really doesn't go out quite that far. We'll just go to right here. This will be the framing for the deck. And believe it or not, there's also kind of a ramp on this other side, but we're not going to worry about the ramp. I might. That would come out to about here, I guess, if we end up doing the ramp. And it comes back around this way. Goes up this way. So we'll come up with something that works. And then over here is where the door is going to be. Now these actually will be full poles, full beams, because that's where the formal building itself starts. That going to be about right? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, that should be right. We'll back things up even more if we have to, but I think that's about right. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna back this up. Give ourselves a lot more of that patio space there. That foundation spot that we've set up there. So we'll put the stairs. I still have enough. Yep. Put it right here. Okay. And we'll move these poles too. Let's get the short ones in here first. Yeah, this will be all right. We'll work it in that way. And we'll put in the, and we'll put in the taller beams along here. Right there, is it? Yeah. I don't know why that sunk itself down the ground. By the way, to give this little character, I could turn each of these beams a little bit so that it has a little different look. I don't know why that's dropping itself down on the ground each time. Huh. That one will leave. These will pull out. There's some I will put in this particular area, but I want to first get the whole outside done here. So we're going to have that entrance there, so that little booth will be right there. See, that post is off a little bit, so here's how we're going to fix that. We're going to put a cross beam here. Where is it? Right there. And we're going to build this off that right there. Can't see it very well. Yeah, that's right. Probably put one of those back there again later, but that's... Maybe that was right. No, I think it was off before. Now it's squared up. Okay, let's get these in here. Thank you, Papa, Stump Farmer, for letting us use your property here for this build. Oh, I don't have enough supplies. Now I forgot where I put the heartwood. I think it's back here. Nope, right there.
Like, subscriber, get off my lawn.
Yeah. There we go. That's our outer frame. Now, this area is pretty much open, except for the back porch. And let's see, the restaurant should probably take up three foundation blocks. So this will be framing for the outer wall of the building that has the back patio. So these can come out. And we'll extend that a bit further back as a patio later. There's going to be a door right here. I could frame that up too now, but let's do this first. There is after you go in, and there's the front counter, then right in here, kind of at just a part of this block, there's a room and a stairway down. It's probably, we'll put it right about like this. There'll be a door in there, and this will go downstairs. This will be here. This is here. And that is you have the counter area. These should probably be here. Well, no, they can't. I'm trying to think here. Counter area. You change this a little bit. This is going to be there. Well, I probably should put that back. And we may be able to pull that off with some walls with doors in them. This is the kitchen. It's going to be tight, but it's actually tight in the restaurant anyway, if you saw it for real life. So right in here, there's going to be a counter, and then just barely enough room for people to walk around here, and then back in here and down the stairs. And we may change that a little bit later on. This area is the kitchen. So there's going to be a stove and such. So I may need to modify that a little bit so we can have something that looks like a stove. And then back in here is where they've got... Oh, you know what? This would be the dishwasher, garbage area. This would be the kitchen. Let's go ahead and put these in here too. So there's going to be three kind of sections here, and this one I'm going to make a little bit bigger. Whoops. A little bit bigger just to accommodate all that's going to have to go on here. And I'm going to worry about these fine details later. So this will be the kitchen. This will be the dishwasher and garbage area. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so there's our framing. I'm going to put in, let's do the deck work right now. Show you what I'm going to do. We're going to do wooden beams and planks. That was in this chest, right? Yeah. Wooden beams. 5 batches. And then we'll get planks. It's actually what I'm going to do for the floor for the inside. I just realized for the outside, what we want is this, I think. And then we're going to put this up here. And on the end, I'll put that. Let's put this over, whoops, this over here too. There we go. We'll take it out from right there. Why am I putting that there? Well, this is why. Put this on the end of that. Drop it down. Why won't it go even with that? That's really strange. So that one's right there. Why can't I? You know what? I assumed that I'd be able to line it up right on there, but I can't. I think I'm not going to be able to do quite what I want to do. Let's start then with this approach anyway. We'll do this. And we can make the deck with the slats only going one way if we want. Well, keeps changing on me. So I could just make them all go in that same way. I guess let's do that. We'll see how this looks. And this is where we're going to want to use a partial one. Let's see. Yeah. Do that here and here. And I'm hoping that I can pull off. That is the slow slope one, right? Let's see. What are the roof options? I think all we have is stuff that looks kind of cheesy. Yeah, see, I'll have to poke at this later. I want to try to find a slope that is gradual and make kind of a ramp, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We'll at least get the deck done this much. And in fact, we're going to put it here. Where is that? Just there. See what I did there? So that if we can get the ramp thing to work right, it will snap around the corner there. Now you see that seam right there? I may do something like this that I did here to kind of mask it, because I don't really like the seam, and I don't want to put a one of these in there and then have to duplicate that everywhere. Just not going to look as nice as I want it to, or the way that I want it to. So we'll grab this on the corner here. In this case, we're going to use, I guess we'll use 2 more of those and 2 of them here. And we'll move this. Well, we'll put one in right here. And if we can get a ramp type thing going, that'll come right around here. May not need this. It'll come right around there. So this will need to be there. Now to cover up, if you will, we'll probably want to cover that part up too on that end. But to cover this up a little better, what I'm going to do is take another floor piece. I need regular wooden beams. What I want to do is take more of this flooring. Let's, man, see that silly seam there? I think it's gonna, there, that's all right. So that's a little better. Now we don't have that seam just around the outside. Good. And for the most part, it looks like slats that are running the whole length. Let me see if I can get, I don't think I'll be able to, but let's get... Can I get one of these? Yes, I can, right there. Like that. There we go. Okay, so our deck looks pretty good. And that's about right for Chomper. Again, there would be a ramp right there, but I'll have to figure that out later, and it would come out around here and around the side here. And we might even make it a little bit wider just to be... And maybe we'll cut this down, cut this short. But for now, let's leave that the way it is. Okay, so that's done. Let's get around the outside. We'll get the rest of the framing done here. Fine wood beams. Okay, that's the outer walls, and let's do the inner walls here. This is going to be... trying to think how we want to do this part. Yeah, that's probably about right. I should put that back in. Fine wood beams. If I was just trying to make a cafe, and I could just kind of put together whatever comes to mind as I go and do it, and that would be much faster, I think. Really trying to be as consistent with the actual restaurant. So I'm kind of having to picture things as I go and correct them based on a very specific design, which is not my forte. Believe it or not, you can probably tell. Not my forte. But it is fun. You get this right here. And then there is a doorway here, so I'll put this here. And it's sort of like this. And then there is going to be two areas that are kind of right beside each other, like that. Okay. So roughly, those are the rooms. That's the way it's going to look. And let's leave. We'll put the actual doors, some of the actual walls with the doors in them, in there later. On the back here, there is going to be a deck, and it's going to extend out a little further than this. And right here, there's going to be a door coming out from the kitchen area, and a couple doors, one here on... Oh, no, no, no. Oh, boy. Watch that first step. So back here is going to be the back deck. It is going to extend off further here. There's going to be a doorway coming out here, a doorway here, and a doorway over here. So that's the way it's going to look. I think we're good for our framing job. And when I come back in, we'll start laying things out a bit.